Hi, welcome to Robyn's Roost. I'm Robyn Rasset, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Minnesota, and it's the Friday after Thanksgiving. Normally I do my Christmas shopping, today, but this year I'm not going out Christmas shopping. So when I should have been in my stamp room working on some projects, I was out in the kitchen working on a puzzle. We traditionally do a puzzle for Thanksgiving with my family, and here in Minnesota we couldn't gather together. So the puzzle's only about half done. So today, now that I finally got in here and I'm doing something productive, I wanted to share with you a card that I've made. And I'm actually going to do a series of cards using the same paper. They're fairly easy cards. And it's the Wonder of the Season Specialty Designer Series paper. And let me just flip the camera here so I can show you this gorgeous paper. So this paper is foiled, and it has two different colors. There's gold foil, and it's got this like antique ads, like from a newspaper or something. This is just the gold, and it's like lettering. Here's another newspaper type page, and then the rest of the pages are red. This one has like recipes, and honest God, I've thought about trying the recipes. They sound that good. And this is kind of my favorite page. It's got all these ads in red. And here's another one in the red. And then the back side, which I'll be honest with you, I've pretty much ignored the back side, is more newsprint, but it's just black and white, typical newsprint pages. So you can see it's really fun paper. And if you're like me, I honestly had a hard time cutting it. But I've gotten to the point where I have, I send out about 200 Christmas cards, and I have 50 made, and I usually send them out about the 1st of December. At least that's my goal. And I only have 50 made. So I needed to come up with some fairly quick cards, and I thought, oh, this paper is gorgeous, and I'll be able to create lots of cards by making these panels. So today I'm going to show you one that I made with the red, and I'm going to actually put it together for you using the gold. So I've got a little bit different panel that I've cut here, but it's that same tree, which I really like the tree. So I started with a standard card base, and I always like to score my paper first at 4 1/4 and then cut it at 5 1/2. So I end up with 2 card bases all ready to go. Now you can see that I've run it through my die cutter with the curvy die, and let me see if I can. Here we go. Here are the whole variety of curvy dies, and this is actually an item that is going to be available in the January to June catalog, but you can buy it now as an early release. And there's actually an extra stamp set that you can get now that won't be available again after January that matches it, called Curvy Christmas. So there is a stamp set that's going to go, that does go with this, called Quite Curvy. I'm using the Curvy Christmas today. And once again, that will only be available right now. And then I'm also using the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set. This is just 18 different greetings. I love this. Love it, love it. It gives you so many options when you have a card and you're not quite, you don't have quite the greeting that you want. You can almost always find it in there. So now I've just cut a strip of the newsprint. Now on this one I cut both of the dotted edges off. On the first one that I did, I actually left the one edge with the dots. It just happened to be the way the paper, the way I cut the paper. So we're just going to go ahead and attach this here. And then I also cut this strip. I'm not sure, it's one with holes in it. And this comes from the Ornate Borders die set. So this one is filled with a whole bunch of edge dies. And this is my favorite. Absolutely love this one. But I do use both of these small ones a lot. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add this along the edge. When I put this card together, it looked just a little bit like it needed something. So I'm going to go ahead and let's trim it first so I don't end up with glue all over. I'm going to grab my silicone sheet. It looks like I actually have this cut crooked when I cut it. Okay, so I've got my silicone sheet that I'm going to try to keep my work area clean. And my liquid glue. I'm just going to run a really small bead on there. Now, get that out of the way. Now, this is a Mary Merlot card base, and this is also Mary Merlot. Now you can see this one I actually cut further back on the edge of my card. Okay, so I have gone back and cut my edge back a little further, and all I did was lay the die back on here and cut it further. Always excitement at the Roost here. Now I'm going to stamp the Curvy Christmas stamp with the Mary Merlot. So I've only got one color of ink, one color of colored cardstock, kind of keeping it, I guess it's not quite monochromatic, but kind of in that neighborhood. Now I want this stamping to kind of match up with my edge that I've done, so I'm just going to see how close we can get. Okay. Not perfect, but I think we can make it work. So then I also have taken a greeting from the Itty Bitty Christmas, and I'm just going to stamp that in here. It's just Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, let's close this before I land in the ink pad. I think I am going to use my liquid glue in case I want to wiggle it a little bit so that I get it in the right spot here for my opening. And I want to have it right on the edge of there. Out here. There, I'm liking the way it looks. So now I have both a red and a gold version. So go ahead and watch back tomorrow and I'll show you another neat card that you can make using this paper. Thanks for watching, and I would really appreciate if you would head on over to the Roost, my store, if you'd like to purchase any of the products that you see here. Thanks again.